Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Engineering the Markets without Jared. For the most part, he is traveling today, like a lot of our moderators are, down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for our amazing event tomorrow. So I'll be covering for him today. Kind of go over a couple of things on here. A little slow to start. This is a little bit early. This is usually where I start, waking up as I'm hearing Jared doing his thing and kind of get information on the news and what's happening for the day. But I figure we jump on and just kind of go over things, answer a few questions, look at what's happening in the gap list early this morning already. A couple of earnings are out as well. So we can dive into a couple of things a little bit early this morning. So good morning. Good morning. Welcome, guys. Just got to set up a couple of things here before we get started, which I usually do on the back end. So I'm going to go ahead and take time to do that. Now, if you hear me a little slow, that's what's happening. I'm kind of working a couple of things at the same time this morning since it's so early. Hey, brother, can you mention when you'll be posting the onboarding class? The onboarding class is posted already. Laura was great yesterday. We had an amazing onboarding webinar yesterday. Laura was there. She's from Australia, right? Laura, if I have the right person. So the onboarding class is posted already. The one from last night, I did record it. If somebody wants a copy of the one last night specifically, send me an email, and I'll get you a copy of that one. But there's one already posted in the in the uh, in the education center. Okay. All right, guys, welcome. It's looking fun already this morning. A lot of activity happening. Gappers list very nice in the green here. A lot of stuff going on. Uber reporting today, right? I see Uber is up 10%, 11%. I think their earnings was today. We'll take a look at the earnings calendar in just a second here. Yeah, pre-market earnings on Uber this morning. So if I take a look at that, they're looking pretty good today. Yeah. Hamish, thank you. I didn't get a chance to go through the notes yet because, again, just starting early. But all right, so Uber here, they major EPS miss on Uber. Oh, they missed. Oh, but they're up 10%. How's their guidance? Guidance must be good. All right, let's get something going here. Guidance must be good for Uber because they're looking pretty nice this morning, as you can see. We have Uber on here. Let's get the earnings calendar up as well. So I'm just going to go ahead here and head over to tradingterminal.com and see what took place last night. We'll look at our gappers list as well and take a look at what's happening there. And then at around 8:30, we'll do our regular programming. We'll go into we're looking at our watches and getting that build and checking out what took place yesterday. Earnings here, you can come over to calendar over in tradingterminal.com. If you click here, you can see what's scheduled. We have Uber, of course, right over here. Is AMD tonight, right? AMD's got to be tonight, right? After hours, yeah, that's the big one, man. I am looking forward to AMD. Want to see what that's going to look like uh, for them this evening. So that's the big one out of everything we have this week. That's probably one of the major ones I have that I'm waiting for. We also have Starbucks. Starbucks already happened. Tends to be good. PayPal's going to be good. There's a few here that I'm waiting for that are going to be actually very exciting. Carvana is up 12%. What's the deal with Carvana? Our CVNA. So I see they're up here 12%. Not a pretty pre-market activity, but their daily looks interesting, guys, for a possible breakout on here. So that could be something there. One second, guys. I just got to take care of something here on the back end, and then we can get rocking and rolling here. But let me get this out the way so we can completely focus. In the meantime, hit that thumbs up, get your coffee, get your tea, and let's get ready to rock and roll this morning. This Tuesday morning. All right, here we go. We'll do this here. All right. All right, excellent. Okay, perfect. Good morning, Cole. How are you doing today? Good morning. Good morning. All right, everything's all set up. Stream is good. Welcome. Good morning to all those on YouTube. If you're wondering where's Jared, he's traveling down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So I am covering for him this morning. All right, excellent. So let's take a look. Let's start looking at this gappers list already. It'll give us time to go through it a little at a slower pace and dive into some questions if you have any. Why we dismiss certain things, why we keep certain things, and kind of look at earnings if they're showing up here. We have ABMD this morning. These guys, ooh, that is brutal. ABMD looks like a buyout, guys. Doesn't look great at all. So whatever's happening here, it might not be one to keep an eye on this morning. I'm gonna link my trade ideas as well, and we're gonna put that there. We're set. Yeah. So buyout from J&J. Okay. Yeah. So nothing to see there. Usually buyouts don't trade very well. J&J is such a big company. They're down slightly, and possibly because of that, but they're such a big company that usually buying out smaller companies not really going to affect them at all. They're not going to get a drop. When you have a companies that are kind of like, at the same level, the company that's buying usually takes a nice dip, and then the one that's being bought, usually goes higher, right? But J&J is not going to budge here. So nothing to see there. Heading down to GDS today, they are up 14.8, 101,000 shares traded. Just looking high level here, this one doesn't look very good. I don't like the volume at all on this one. I like heavy volume. You got to have some good volume. The daily doesn't show that. The last couple of days, you've seen a little bit of some action here. So unless there's any kind of catalyst where it is a significant catalyst where we can have some movement on this, I won't have this on my list. But just looking at the pre-market action, just looking at the volume right now, doesn't seem like it's anything that's going to make the stock trade very well. All right, Carvana is on here, guys. They are up 12.3. What's the news on Carvana? I don't need your help today. What's the news on these guys? Anything going on, or is it just regular back and forth action between their range here, right? They got a range between, this seems to be previous day close, 13.53, and they're up at 15.19. All right, so a couple of you guys, yeah, JP Morgan upgrades, Carvana, Jonathan, and Hamish, thank you for that. So upgrade on JP Morgan, that is a decent catalyst. And Carvana is, it's hit or miss. It can trade very well. I like this catalyst. Actually, and I like the volume now. 261,000 is okay for Carvana, and I also like the daily. The daily level here is very nice. Breakout is 15.13. We do have 17 up here, and we got some other levels as well. So this is a good time for an upgrade, especially from a notable bank like JP Morgan. So I like this one today. Maybe won't stay on our main list depending on how all our other usual suspects look But yeah, definitely like Carvana this morning. Uber, yes, Uber today definitely play. Love the action at the moment. Typically not a great intraday trading ticker, but today they are definitely going to be in play this morning. 2.3 million, up 10%, almost 11 here. That is very nice with a great pre-market activity as well. So Uber remains strong. Absolutely no signs of slowing down. Repeats ultimately will look to monetize Diddy stake, but still will take some time. Okay, that's great news for them. So they're looking very good here. Positive response at the moment from the market. So Uber is really good. Lee, I see our Chinese buddies are coming in here. Lee, Billy, PDD. We have JD, Neo. So at least some positive news out of China. I am assuming XBEF, Baba, all on deck this morning, up slightly. As you can see here, Neo was my trade yesterday, and again, I just continue to keep trading. Neo has been amazing trader for me in the last month and a half. Neo, I'm going to add to my secondary list. They got great volume. Pre-market doesn't look, yeah, no, it doesn't look great. They got great volume, but it doesn't look great. But I like the volume they have this morning. So I'm going to keep Neo on here. I might move these guys up, and then I'm going to do Baba as well. Looks like, well, we had a China bump. Yeah, we did. We definitely had a Chinese stock bump here because they all usual Chinese suspects are up. Lee, Billy, they are on here. So something is positive on their side of the field this morning that's causing some movement here. So I'm gonna go to my go-to on these two, Neo and Baba. You can do what you like. You can do XPEV, JD or PDD, whichever one of these you like. I usually find myself, aiming towards Baba and Neo. Um, Steve, good morning. My first day with BBT. Well, welcome to the BBT family, my friend. Glad to have you here. You're going to learn a ton and have fun while you're doing this. So, welcome to the community. All right, so as we move down here, we cover Uber, Chinese tickers. I'm picking two, and we have Lyft here. Is this a sympathy move on Lyft, which actually looks pretty good? This is a beautiful sympathy move on Lyft if they're moving just on the overall Uber news, unless there's anything specific for these guys. That's not bad. Great breakout here, 226,000, up 6.4. Yeah, so that's decent. That is decent. I'm not gonna add these guys. I'm gonna stick with Uber. I mean, that's the one that's got the volume right now, and again just continues to push higher. Let's hope it doesn't get too extended on us here. Another level coming up at around 30 looks like right over here. I'm just gonna mark that down since I'm here already. 29.87 or so. Got a nice level there on the daily. We have tested a couple of times in the past. So getting close to that. Let's see if that can become our high of our pre-market. All right, heading down here, BHP, again, foreign company, usually not one that I keep on my list. Rio, same thing, another one that's foreign. Usually I don't watch these, but looks like oil is moving today, and we have some action there as well. Affirm Holdings, they are up 4%, but not doing a whole lot. Not doing a whole lot. All right, we got some more down here. Oh, wow, is this list up to date, guys? Is your Trade Ideas has all these tickers this morning? We have a very long list today. We have Shopify, 4% right now, 172,000. Their last couple of days have been actually doing very well after this one pop here. You did get a nice little move up here over to 36. Again, this stock the continuation has definitely been in play for Shopify after this nice move they did there. Shopify acquires Remix to bolster its storefront design tools. No terms is closed. All right. Well, it's been positive news for these guys the last couple of days. This was earnings, right? I believe earnings was October 27 pre-market. Yeah, so they crushed the earnings there. You can see that move, and since then they're doing pretty nice. Let's take a look at Mara. I'm not gonna add them because again, it's just I'm so picky with certain tickers. This is one of them that it can look great, it can have earnings, and it's just difficult for me to add it to my list because I haven't traded it well in the past, and on top of that, I think usually I find something better to trade. So that's just my take on Shopify. You can obviously watch it depending on your preference and style. Mara this morning, no volume. CCL at the moment, 820,000 shares traded. We are up 3.8, breaking out of 9 here. Good pre-market activity. Yesterday did actually pretty good. Nice drop here and then recovery. Not bad. yesterday's action was actually very decent here as far as movement. It doesn't show on the daily, right? Because it's just kind of flat at 9, but not a bad drop here and a pop there on CCL. I do like the breakout today, maybe a possible. Let's see if that volume continues. 822,000 shares traded so far. All right, CCL coin on deck. Mara didn't look so hot. Coin doesn't look so hot as a volume. I mean, look at the drop yesterday on coin. Did Mara have the same thing? Not so much, but look at coin. Coin had a significant drop yesterday here. All day long, just a sell-off on coin. So this morning it's just kind of recovering slightly over at up 3.7. So interesting there. Here's PFE. A lot of you guys mentioned PFE, Sandra over on our YouTube, and also Rafsilla over on our chat here, and some other ones. So PFE earnings, I'm assuming, yeah, pre-market earnings this morning. Right now they are up 3.3, 427,000. These guys could be okay, and if there's any day to watch, these guys would be today, right, with earnings. So we'll add PFE to the list. Looking decent right now. This pre-market activity is looking nice. Some good volume. And I like the daily breakout here as well, about 47.50 after being down 46, where we're popping up pretty nice. Let's see how this is going to look in just a few more minutes. Let's see if this pop is going to stick as the earnings continue to get dissolved by the market, right? Let's see if that continues. Here is Plug, no volume, 101,000 shares traded. That's not enough for us. Vale, they are, no, 102,000 shares traded, so no good. NCLH, no, I mean you got these tickers that are just slightly up above 2%, right? So our scanners is looking at anything above 2%. They're just slightly above that, and they're just barely above 100,000 shares traded. So they're coming up on this list, and not really in play. Now, on a bigger picture, look at NCLH, guys. Look at this move here. I mean, they've just been on fire, really. Looks better than CCL too, right? 1150 over to 17 in a matter of 4 weeks or so. And then we have, if we look at CCL, oh, they actually have the same move. Doesn't look as significant, but yeah, they have the same move as well. So they've been slowly climbing out of this most recent lows here on the daily. AMC, no. Nvidia, I like Nvidia. Oh, the daily on Nvidia, guys. The daily. This is just getting primed for a breakout out of this 138. 40, which is the high of the pre-market right now. We're flirting with this level again this morning, and look at the higher lows that you're getting on the daily for Nvidia. Ooh, yes. Let's add this to the list here. Nvidia is just that's a thing of beauty right there, my friends. If I can type, Nvidia, there we go. Perfect. All right, so yeah, that looks nice. Volume is a little bit light, 202,000. But yeah, this is looking. Is this I only trade Nvidia? Did you change your name? We have a person in the chat that their username is I trade Nvidia, and today he just put Nvidia. So yeah, Nvidia, you must be very excited about this one today. It looks very, very nice this morning. Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla today. Tesla, oh, wow, very active pre-market activity on Tesla. Any news, guys, on Tesla? Up 2.4. Which is overall market stuff. You can see here Tesla the daily, very nice as well. It's already kind of above the breakout level that we have here. This previous day close has not ran away yet, right? This is at 230, 227, right? So that's not ran away yet. It's at 232, but it is looking very, very strong this morning. I definitely like the pre-market activity. The volume is good. Tesla says has no plans to mass produce. To start mass production on Cybertruck at end of wait, is that still a thing, the Cybertruck? I thought that was dead. I thought we were over that. Oh man, that is great. I can't wait to see those things. Those things come up on the on the street. All right. Yeah, Tesla's good, guys. 2.4, 791,000. I love the daily on this one. Adding this to my list. See, now once you start putting these names, these usual suspects, this is why some of these tickers don't make it, right? Like CCL, they just don't make the list. You're like Carvana today, although it looks good. You start looking at Nvidia, you start looking at a Tesla, Uber today, and PFE, and the stuff that we have on here is just, it's got to push some other stuff down. Snap back. It snapped back right to where it was after this major drop here. Man, that was a very quick recovery. It did it in a couple of days here, right? Especially these two, basically. That was very, very quick. So look at that. Back up above the support level they had here when they were just kind of hanging out, right? They got the level there. They had earnings. They completely just kind of crap things here, and then they're back. They're just right back up. So, man, nice move on Snap. This morning, there's nothing happening. It's just again, we got all these tickers on our list just up slightly, not really in play or doing anything. Here is AMD. AMD, pretty quiet right now. I like AMD for today, but the volume is very light, so I'm going to put it as a possible for now. That's going to change. You know AMD is going to get the volume, but if you look at like an NVIDIA on the daily, how beautiful this looks, I think AMD can take the backseat today for now. So let's see what's happening there. All right, let's see what's gapping down. What's not having so much fun this morning? VRNS, this is down 34%. Light volume, normally they get horrible daily volume here, guys. This is below 1.6 on every day here going back to September. So not a fan of that. Pre-market access not looking all great. Yeah, I don't know about adding this one to our list here. I don't know about that. CTLT also, this is horrible too. Not looking great. It's just started dropping here, down 20%. So again, also very light on volume, better than the one we just saw. But this one at least trades at 5.6 million the last couple of days. But man, this is yeah, it's got to get better. We got to see some activity. And this one is sitting on the New York Stock Exchange. So maybe we're not going to see something pre-market. We're not going to see great volume. We might need to wait like for the market open to see if anything's going to happen here. But right now, not looking all that great. SoFi, I see you guys calling out SoFi. What's going on? Oh, wow. What is SoFi? What do we have as far as SoFi earnings this morning? Yeah, look, wow. That is nice. Looks like they crushed it here. And the market is loving it right now. Up 17%. Yeah, SoFi is going on our list today, guys. This is definitely stock in play. 7 million shares traded. Just look at the move we're getting here this morning on this bad boy. So that is very, very nice. All right, that's going on the list. Why isn't that on our gap? Did we miss it? It should be on our gappers list by now. Or is the ATR so small that is that what it is? The ATR so small? Oh, just barely making it. Barely making it at 30 cents right here. Just barely making it. So with this move, that could change today. That could change. Okay, SoFi on deck. BCRX. No. We've seen this one before, man. This is it trades horrible. Look at this daily. Look at this. This is, man, that is brutal. So they got a drop today, right? Probably earnings, I assume. Yeah, pre-market earnings this morning. But I just think they go back to their crappy trading, right? So I don't think you're going to get anything great out of a BCRX. So we'll leave that alone for now. Yeah, Jonathan. So yeah, that is great news. Cybertruck by end of 2023. I have to see it to believe it. AMZN. Amazon slowly trying to close this gap here. They did very good their first day on the drop. Yesterday, just kind of pretty much a okay day, and now they're looking to kind of get going here. 801,000. I like the action we're getting in the pre-market. Can we hit these high of the last two trading days here? Will be nice. I like Amazon. Yeah, Amazon is good. We'll put that on deck, and then that is our list for today, guys. So far, it's gonna change. It's a lot on here. And we're going to fine tune this as we get closer to 9:30. But we have a ton this morning. Carlos, are you able to upload last night's onboarding webinar? Oh, Laura, yes, we can upload it. We can get you a copy of that one. We had a great session yesterday, man. It was a lot of fun. Where's my coffee? It was a lot of fun yesterday. So if you missed it over on YouTube, our YouTube friends, you can join me next Monday. We'll do it again live next Monday. We have a blast. We go over a couple of slides at the beginning, and then we just kind of get into some conversation, Q&A, and yeah, it's a real good time, and it gives you an idea of what we do here over at Bareboot Traders and what to expect, right? So definitely check it out. And if you joined us last night, you could do the trial onboarding 24. Try that. Will give you access to the trial courses and 7 days of the of the community. I hear Norm. Good morning, Norm. How you doing today, my friend?
Um, a little hungover and tired because all of my neighbors pass out Jello shots for Halloween.
That
How
is
are you?
amazing.
Yeah.
That is great. um, doing well, my friend. Doing well. I can't complain. But yeah, that is great, man. Now that's how you do Halloween properly.
Oh
Uh,
man, I've never seen Halloween like they do in my neighborhood, man.
oh man, that is amazing. Something about alcohol with sugar that that really gets it going.
No, no
Um,
Jello shots for the children. Yes, I'm in Texas, Cole.
um, Someone called out SQ this morning. Yeah, yeah, it's got a great daily. It's got a really nice daily here for a possible breakout. And again, we're strong this morning. It's a lot of stuff in the green today, as we'll get into in a second. But if we look at the SPY here, we are pretty nice. Is this the bottom, Norm? What are we thinking
What's
here? Is
that?
this the bottom?
I mean, who knows? But if I had to guess, I would say no.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll be back down there personally, but it's
Yeah,
possible.
yeah. Let's get right to it, guys. Market post and what's going on for today and the rest of the week as we get fired up here for.
I mean, we saw a little bit of it yesterday. I think we're going to have some chop going on as we lead into the FOMC. 75 basis points interest rate hike out of them tomorrow at 2 p.m. is what's expected. The chance of that not happening is very slim. I think the Fed funds futures has it like maybe 10, 15% for something less or different than that. That's probably not going to happen. It's all going to be in the wording of what Jay Powell says in the press conference and what's in the transcript from the meeting. So see what happens. I have a feeling we'll just kind of chop around before we get to that point. Today, 9:45, we've got S&P U.S. Manufacturing Index and the ISM Manufacturing Index at 10, JOLTS at 10, as well as construction spend and motor vehicle sales. JOLTS could be interesting. That is a job openings and labor turnover survey. A big part of what is propping up the economy, or at least in the Fed's eyes, keeping it strong, is the labor, the labor market. So we'll see what happens there. And yeah,
All
that's what we
right.
got.
All right. Excellent. Yeah, that's going to be big. And yet, like you said, we might see some chop today. We'll see how things are. I mean, look at the SPY yesterday. I mean, it's just flat, completely
Yeah.
flat. So let's see what it does here. All right, guys, we went through our gappers list already. It's a lot on here today, right?
Yeah, I
Because
don't know what
the
I'm here
market.
for. You did this
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah, there's a lot on here already, right? We'll continue to fine tune things and see how things develop here. So let's take a look at what we have on deck so far. So we have Carvana, right? Carvana's on here. We have Uber. We have, which by the way, looking very, very nice this morning. One of my favorite stocks in the pre-market right now. PFE, it's got some potential. We have Nvidia as well, which the daily is just incredible. And this thing is just getting primed here for a potential breakout if we can get going. Tesla already. Look at Tesla, man. Wow. Tesla is just getting it done. So did you hear the news, Norm? The Cybertruck that you want to order is coming out. It's going to come out end of 2023.
It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen, man.
The tin can. So yeah, so this thing is rocking and rolling. I mean, guys, I don't think that's the news moving this. I think it's just overall market. I mean, if it is, that's just scary.
Well, we've
Um,
got so it's the first of the month, and all the auto companies tell their results, how many deliveries, how many sales they had for the prior month.
yeah.
This could be some anticipation of that.
Oh, that makes
Um,
sense. Why
yeah,
Neo and some of these others will be
I
up
don't know that.
nicely.
I don't think they put their number out yet. Yeah,
Hmm.
the Chinese probably already have put their number out. I have not looked into them. I'm not trading the Chinese stuff at all right now.
Yeah, yeah,
But my guess is those have probably come out. It could be sympathy on those. It could be anticipation, or kind of people have an idea what's going to happen with the Tesla number. So
yeah, yeah. So again, these guys are really looking good this morning as well as Tesla. SoFi continues to crush it here, guys. It's an amazing pre-market activity right now, 16.5, and we have Amazon as well. So not a bad list, not a bad list at all. this morning. All right, let's take it to you guys. We just went over the gappers list. Norm, what do you like this morning that we have not covered on this
I'd
list?
like to go back to sleep, to be frank.
Yes, I bet. I bet. Um, let's look at our chat, guys. What do you guys like today? Let's go over some stuff here. So Lyft is a lot cleaner than Uber. I don't know. I don't know about that. I might want to disagree, but let's take a look. Pre-market action looks great on Lyft. I mean, you cannot complain with about that. And then
Yeah, but
Uber,
Uber has 10 times the volume, for God's sakes.
yeah, Uber's on fire, and they're the one with the
Uber's a
news.
lot better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think Uber's going to be a lot better. But I kind of see what you're looking at. You're talking about the daily, right? You're referring to the daily. Yeah, it's slightly cleaner because you got the breakout here, but not by much, not by much. So, um, let's see here, Rivian. So as we mentioned, I think all these car companies, Rivian, we haven't looked at that in a while, are just moving on these potential numbers being released. For the most part, Rivian, I prefer to watch Neo or Tesla than Rivian. Right, Rivian was hot for a while, and then it just kind of died down. Right, it was hot for like a little bit, and it just kind of died down. I think when it's in play, there's other tickers in that same arena that are trading a lot better for the most part. Lyft is an Uber play. Yes, it is, Andrew. Absolutely.
Sympathy.
Yeah, sympathy move on Uber. So that's why Uber has got the most volume. PFE's on deck, so that's a good one. I saw some other ones that you guys threw out earlier today. Snap. Yeah, Snap is it waking up? Is it doing something? Uh we just need a little more on this. But yes, I see some volume starting to come in here the last couple of minutes. Just incredible how these guys have recovered here and kind of almost closed this gap, really. But as far as adding to the list, I think they need a lot more volume. And I think the move is done. I think the move has been done on a snap between these days here. I think now that you're back into their regular trading range at this 1030, I think you're just going to go sideways for a little bit unless some news comes out or the market explodes. I don't think you're going to get some really good movement out of Snap. And remember, guys, Snap is very choppy. Unless they're getting volume like here or here, they don't move very well, right? They don't move a whole lot. So that's the one issue with Snap. Megan in Florida. Megan's already down there getting comfortable. She did put a post on Twitter of her travel trading station, which actually looks like it's her home station. Like she took everything
She
down
carry a
there.
desktop with her on the
No, not a
plane.
desktop, but you got to see it. It's
Sitting in
like,
the aisle.
yeah, it just looks like she got comfortable very quickly. This could be your actual home station. I'll pull that up while we check a couple of things. All right, guys. What else you guys like this morning? I mean, we have a okay list, and I think a lot of it's going to depend too on how the market continues to move here, because a lot of the stuff on this list is moving just with the overall market this morning. So, are we going to continue here, or are we going to come back down and do some chop fest? Is the question. So, yeah, here's a Megan's travel station. I mean, she's got it. She's got it going on. She's got her camera, her light, monitor, professional microphone. So she'll be, recording and doing her thing. Look at this keyboard. She got like, is that lights or that's like stickers of her hotkeys? She's on it. She's on it, guys. Let's hit that. Let's hit that like button. Let's retweet. Follow her on Twitter. All right, excellent. So that is what we have, guys. I think our list is looking pretty good this morning. We're done early since we started a little bit early with covering for Jared engineering the markets. We're checking Neo as well. Sander, I like Neo. I like Neo. I mean, there are 3 million shares traded. I have them here as a possible. And depending on how some of these ones are not too fond of, like for example, Carvana. I'm not too highly on that one. I might move Neo up, right? So we'll have to see. PFE is another one that it can be a hit or miss, guys. They look really good today, but that's another one that again can be very choppy as well. And I'm not a big fan of that one neither. So that's what we have there. All right, guys. I think we're ready for levels. I think I'm gonna put levels on this list. If you guys have no other suggestions, we'll go to announcements and then we'll do levels. Let's look at Oxy. One more
Nice.
here.
Go pack.
What was that? Yes,
Nice.
let's do actually.
Get me out of here.
That's right. What time is your flight, Norm, today?
It's not for a few hours, but I live in a town where I have to go over a lake on a bridge, and there's only like this 25-mile long lake, and there's two bridges over it. And one of them, there's a semi truck on fire that's closed down the highway for 4 hours. So it's going to take me forever
Oh,
to
it's
get
gonna
to
take you.
the
Yeah,
airport. Yeah, I'm going to have to go out and about and around and over
yeah,
and
yeah.
under.
All right,
Um,
let's get to it, guys. Go to our webinars over at bearabletraders.com.
all right. Anytime you're interested, go to bearabletraders.com. And go to bearabletraders.com. You can find the full lineup every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. You've got onboarding and technology with my man Carlos over there. Show up there and you will get a good foot in the door for trading, getting started. And if you're not a member, you're watching on YouTube, you can go to our homepage, sign up in the email capture. It'll give you a reminder a few hours before that. I could sail over, Cam. It would probably be faster. Eamon, 5 p.m. tonight, talking about managing an open position. And then next week, Thor at 8 p.m., talking about VPA and the how. Dr. Kenneth Reed, tomorrow night, handling pressure, 5 p.m. Note the special time, 5 p.m. for Dr. Reed tomorrow, so we can get it recorded properly since we'll be in Florida. And then Creta the following week, her normal 5 p.m. time, talking about how to identify negative thinking. Is that like when you say, like, oh, I'm so dumb when you do something stupid? I think that is. John, 11 a.m. on Thursday for mentoring Thor at 8. Don't forget about tradingterminal.com, our all-in-one resource for traders, from earnings calendar, heat map, research, charting, scanners, and stock trading simulator. Or you can go directly to that simulator at stocktradingsimulator.com, our free web-based replay simulator, where you can hone your trading skills 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're watching on YouTube and have not been in the chat, you'd like to give it a shot, go to bearabletraders.com, sign up for the intro membership, use the promo code PreMarket24 for a discount. It is 1 calendar week, 5 trading days in the room. It's one-time billing, does not recur. And if you'd like to become an elite member, you can use the promo code READ50 to get half off the elite annual membership.
All right, thank you so much, Norm. We'll let you do your thing, man. Go pack and safe travels today. And have a good one, brother.
Thank you. Take care, guys. See you in Florida.
All right, my friends, let's get to it. So at the moment, we are all set here. We got a pretty decent list so far today. Carvana, Uber, PFE, NVIDIA, Tesla, SoFi, and Amazon. So I got probably one too many here. I probably got to fine tune this a little bit more, but we definitely got some potential. AMD is starting to look real nice too. If you look at the pre-market action here, that looks decent, so I like that there. And we have a CCL as a possible NEO, which is looking good as far as volume. And we have BABA as well, which is kind of taking off here. And something about BABA, the continuations on BABA are really, really good. When it gets going, this thing, when it picks a direction, it can really, really do very well. So, all right, guys, let's do some levels. Let's get some levels in here, and we can always fine tune this a little bit later. We can always look at our gappers list and see if anything else pops up. But I think we cover all the top stuff, and everything on the gap down list is just horrible. There's nothing that looks good here, guys. Everything is down 30-20% here, and I mean, it all looks like this, just so bad. With very light volume, their dailies not great. So nothing on the gap down list this morning that is worth watching, at least for now. All right, let's get two levels. Let's do Carvana. But before we do that, guys, if we haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We appreciate it very, very much. If you're enjoying the content, thank you so much for that. All right, CVNA. As we hop in here, we are looking at some good levels towards the bottom, highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Previous day close doing an amazing support right here over at 1357. So that's doing a pretty good job there. You can mark down the low of the pre-market over at 1394. And then outside that, you're all set when it comes to towards the bottom of the price action. Above the price action, pre-market high is starting to get going. I'm going to give it a little more room. But here we have a level clearly at 1572. And we have one over at 1641. So pretty good levels here towards the top. Pre-market high right now, it's sitting at a 1528. And again, just not a whole lot of volume. this morning. I mean, 355 is great. So you got to give this a little bit more time. Also, is a New York Stock Exchange. It's on the New York Stock Exchange, so pre-market action rarely look exciting as far as volume on some of these tickers. So let's see what develops here. We got some pretty good levels. I like the daily as well. Let's see how that's going to play out. Here's Uber, guys, very active this morning. And if we look at, I'm just going to remove some of these older levels that are in the way. High of the pre-market at the moment is going to be 29.82. So we'll slam a level there. And if we look to the left, you can see that also being an area where we had some activity in the past. Obviously, all the way up here, 34, 33. I don't think we'll get there today. But we do have this 31.54. 31.54, very nice level there on the daily. And then you have one down here as well. This is going to be very near 30.71. So two good levels there above the pre-market highs and the current price action. You do have this slight little thing over here. I think it might be worth marking down. It's going to be 30.26, right? The big level is 31.71. But you might have like a stutter step at 30.26 if we do decide to continue to break out here. So might as well note that down in case you do see some hesitation. Could be a good place to take a profit or think of how that can play into your strategy. 28.73, also a good level here on the daily. Tons of action there, especially most recently here being resistance, pushing the stock down. You see that there. We're above that now, but just in case we lose our momentum here, that can be an area where you can find some support. You see pre-market action, we tested that support already. So that's been playing nicely there on Uber. That's 28.73. PFE today, again, I don't like this ticker much, but today could be the day where they actually trade very well. I just want to see this keep going, though. I don't want to see this come back down to 47.50 and get messy. I want to see a breakout above these pre-market highs into 49, into 50. I think that would be the play for me. I don't want to see this come back down. That's what I'll be looking for out of that one. So maybe like a open range breakup on the 5-minute or a retest of the high of day breakout. Something of that nature will be nice for PFE. Above this 48.72, we do have a nice level here on the daily, 49.40, and then clearly up here, 54.24. I mean, clearly a level. You can see how much support we have here across the board. A little messy there on the day. Look at these candles. It does messy candles. But you do see some action around that 50.24 level. Now, if we focus towards the bottom, we do have our highs and lows down here. I don't think you really need to add anything else. Even the previous day close, not as important as these two levels here. I'm sorry, the low of the pre-market, not as important as these two levels here. And then you have the previous day close here, which is going to be a better level for you to have on your chart. So that is PFE looking good. Heading down to NVIDIA. NVIDIA is up 2.7. And again, the daily says it all here, how great this looks. Slightly getting above that, trying to get above that pre-market high here, 38.56. And again, that level is the highs from yesterday, the high from the day before and the day before. So I mean, you got a ton of pressure here that we're trying to break out of. Let's see if we can make that happen. If we do, slight level over at 140.32, and then above that we do have 143.84, and then we have 149.91. Towards the bottom, highs and lows from the last two trading days. A beautiful daily here, as you guys see. Higher highs, higher lows here as we're slamming into this 138.30 at the moment. So let's see how this plays out. Looking good pre-market already. Now here's Tesla again, very active, guys. 1 million shares traded today. So 1 million shares traded today. Dailies looking okay here. Pre-market actually looks much better. High after pre-market 233.44, and you see a couple of areas of resistance here and here, support here as well. If we were to continue on this breakout, a great level over at 240.69, support there, and you can see a couple of days opening, closing right around that area as well. So you definitely want to note that down there on Tesla. And then towards the bottom, guys, you got plenty of stuff going on here. Highs and lows, previous day close. I mean, you're all set as far as having support levels towards the bottom of the current price action. Heading over to SoFi, what are we doing here? Are we testing the high of the pre-market? Looks like we're trying to go for it again. 642. This morning has had a great run, guys. It comes up, kind of move sideways here, ABCD pattern, another ABCD pattern forming there, a couple of both. I mean, this thing is just bullish right now, very, very strong at the moment. We're doing this again at 642, but now we're extended, up 17%. Let's see how strong this catalyst really is on SoFi. They had earnings, right? It was earnings this morning, and they are just crushing it right now. So looking very, very good. No surprise where they're hesitating right at the moment is an area where you have some previous resistance right on there. You can see that a couple of days here and here and here. And then above that, you do have 666 right up here. Let's not mess with that number. I'm not trying to have any. If there's any luck, I'm not trying to have any bad luck in trading, right? So let's just move it down to 663. You can call it whatever you want. But let's go above that. We do have 688. Another great level up there as well. So you got plenty of stuff happening here on this one. Towards the bottom, we are going to mark down. This is going to be 608. So we'll mark down 608 towards the bottom of the price action. And then below that, guys, all the way down here, we have the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. So excellent. Amazon daily looks very good, slamming against this level of support of resistance here. And again, just still has room to close this gap, but it's going to need a lot of power to do that, a lot of help from the SPY. As far as pre-market highs, we're sitting at 104. So we'll slam a level over at 104. And then slightly above that, we do have 106. And then clearly this gap down here, 110.20 on Amazon. So, all right, looking good there, guys. I think we are all set when it comes to Amazon. Breaking out here, we are breaking out above the highs of 2 days ago, right? So 2 days ago's high, we're breaking out of that. We still haven't hit yesterday's high, which is sitting all the way up at 105. Yeah, exactly at 105. So let's see if we can get there on Amazon. All right, folks, looking really good this morning. We have Carvana, we have Uber, PFE, NVIDIA, Tesla, SoFi, and Amazon. So we are set for this morning with tons of stuff. What do we have here? Sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, programming key, Amazon. Yep, we got Amazon on deck. Guys, anything else? Anything else that we might have missed that is not on this list so far? Morning, what's with the watch list? Everything is green. SPY, man. SPY's up. And you got some earnings that are doing pretty good here. Right, for the most part, the SPY is it's not only up, it's also like if you look at the daily, I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel this is it, right? We're turning the corner. So and you just don't know. You just don't know. I did a poll not so long ago on Twitter, and I think 70% or more said that this is not the bottom, right? More people feel that it's not the bottom, that there's still more pain to come, which we'll have to see. We'll find out for sure. I'll tell you that much. Apple. Let's take a look at Apple. What is Apple up to today? Probably doing overall market. Yeah, overall market stuff on Apple here, pre-market. Not huge volume. But again, Apple's always great to watch. I like my list right now. There's only 2 on my list that I don't like or prefer. And that is actually there's 3, but today could be entire different type of trading for them. It's SoFi, PFE, and Carvana. These 3, could literally be a hit and miss. But again, today SoFi is trading out of its normal activity. I mean, this thing is on fire with 9.4 million shares traded. So we definitely want to have this on deck, right? This is in play. Horrible daily. They don't trade very well, but today is definitely looking pretty good. PFE is another one that, man, we've seen some really good stuff out of it, but most times it is crappy and choppy. So that is PFE, and Carvana only moves when it has news. And today they have a little something going on, but for the most part, it's not great. I might replace that for an Apple because out of all those 3 that I just called out, they're not that good. But if you look at everything else on our list, it's actually really good with some amazing volume, and they're gapping up. So a lot of green in the screen today as well. Everything's moving up pretty nice. Okay, what else? Lyft is Lyft secondary player on not sympathy player on Lyft. You can watch that if you like. I'm just gonna stick with Uber. That's what the action is this morning, guys. That is what the volume is. Right, guys, excellent. Peter, yeah, feel free to hop on, man. Peter's hanging out. Feel free to hop on. Oh, there's Peter. Good morning, my
Morning.
friend. How you doing?
I'm great. I was busy
Glad
running
to hear that.
around, packing, getting ready
Yes.
for Florida, as so many of us are, and I realized, oh my goodness, like you didn't have any support this morning. I didn't realize that.
No, actually, Norm jumped on for a
Oh,
bit
okay.
at 8:30. He did jump on, but then he has to go pack and get ready for travel. So it's gonna be a big travel day for the team today.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I was
yeah.
checking the YouTube feed, and I never saw him, but I guess he didn't have a camera. He was probably on the mic. Then my bad. Well,
Yeah, no, he was definitely on. Yeah.
oh, well,
Um,
good. Well, look, we're all excited about Florida. Those of you that are going, it should be a fantastic event. It's our first time with this format, and we're very excited to be able to present all the new material and meet so many of our members. So, it should be a lot of fun. I'm sure you will all on social media see the pictures and the results.
yes, yes. Peter, I'm ready for packing my Tim Hortons t-shirt.
I didn't even know they had t-shirts. I'm sure they
Uh,
have t-shirts. There
I'm
you go.
sure they do. I think I seen them
Yeah.
in Toronto when I went to Niagara Falls. I'm sure they
The
have
irony
t-shirts.
was just like 3 minutes ago. I never go to Tim Hortons, but I figure, you know what? In Canada, since I have to go to a Canadian airport, there's always Tim Hortons in the airport, and
Yeah.
I found I found in my desk a variety of Tim Hortons gift cards. So you can see I've got like all of these gift cards, with amounts put on them, and I'm like, I never use these. I've had them sitting here for years. I'll bring those to the airport. There you go. I
Yeah,
have an
there you
excuse
go.
to use them. Got to
Oh,
do. Got to support the Canadian thing. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Hopefully they're not expired and you can take advantage.
No, that's a good thing. Canada, it's illegal to make gift cards expire. So,
Oh, okay, nice. Oh, good, good, good. That's actually really good.
anyways,
Um,
but and just in market news, everybody's sort of commenting, why is the market up? And like, it is interesting today. I don't know what to expect. I pulled up the IPO calendar. There is nothing on the IPO calendar for the entire month of November yet. Now that could change. But it's showing me that right now there's not a lot of interest in new offerings. I think it feels to me like the market's in wait for like a shoe to drop. Right, they're waiting to see who blinks first and what's going to happen. People are talking about potentially is the bottom in. You know what? This will be a theme I'll be talking about in Florida, but it's always dangerous to try and assume when the bottom's in or not, right? Because right when people think that, the second they get disillusioned is often when you get the biggest drops right in the market and you see another pull down. As I know we've said before in the pre-market show, you have to be aware is also in down markets is when you see the largest single day rallies often happen in strong down markets. So, I'm really feeling like this is a day of caution. As we all know, there's sort of more earnings to come and news that is expected in the next couple of days. So, this could be a very choppy market. But I'm hoping this morning that we'll actually get some strong moves. So, really, like I do almost every day, I'm just going to wait. We're going to see what the markets give us. These days are actually some of the ones where I have some of my best trading, right? Because I don't know what to trade. I'm just waiting to see what moves, and when it does, if you can, sort of take advantage of that opportunity, you can have a great day. But you've got to be very patient. We all like to make fun of Andrew when he always says, "I'm going to wait 5 minutes at the open," and then 30 seconds later he's in a trade, right?
yeah,
Don't
yeah,
do that. Don't do that.
yeah, yeah. Oh man.
Anyways.
Um, SoFi new high. Did it break out? I mean, this thing is just up 18%. It is just cranking, my friends. So they crossed their earnings obviously, and you can see here they are heavily in play this morning with almost actually they hit 10 million shares already. 10 million shares traded so far on SoFi. Um, so that is looking good.
Shauna,
Pablo,
to your
yeah,
question. Oh, sorry, Shauna.
no,
To
go
your
ahead.
question in the chat room, you're asking, yeah, but how long does Peter really wait? You know what? I was talking about this with a group last night because I did a webinar on Halloween night, and when you look at my trades, They're very boring. At least it's repetitive. It's this. It looks like the exact same trades over and over and over again. But I credit that. That's sort of what has created success for me. It's taken me years to figure that out, though. That I've got to keep it boring. So in all honesty, Shauna, I set up a trade before the open. If I don't have a trade set up, I don't see my Rising Devil, Fallen Angel type strategies, then I will not trade for the next 20 minutes. I use that open to just watch and see what's going to happen, see if I get my lightning bolt or mountain pass type strategies, as you may know them, and we wait and see. Like, I really just don't do anything else. The boring ones are what give me the consistent profits, and as tough as it can be at times, especially when you get exciting traders like Andrew on the mic, and he's like, I'm long, I'm short, I'm long, I'm short, I'm in 6 things, and I'm doing this and that, and you're like, and then he's like, done, and you're like, done? I haven't even taken a trade yet today. Right? It's tough to sort of steel yourself to say, you know what, that's his trading style, and it's fantastic to watch, not what I can do. So you have to trade a style that works for you. So in all honesty, right now I've got no trade set up. It looks like my first trade is probably going to come sometime after 10 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna look at Meta as well. Some of you guys throwing out Meta here on both chats in YouTube and also in our chat room here. So Meta right now we're up 1.4. Oh, they got good volume. They got good volume. 1 million shares traded right now. Oh, I did not see this drop yesterday. What happened? Look at this.
Yeah, Meta was one of the few that really dropped right off the open. I think
Ouch.
Brian was watching it and sort of called it for a Rising Devil, and it didn't really have the full setup, but it was almost like a second day play on Meta, right? So a little
Yeah.
bit of a hangover play. People are still generally negative on the company prospects,
Wow.
and yeah, you can see. Look at that drop. I mean, it would have been beautiful to play, but I was busy watching other things yesterday morning and didn't catch it.
Yeah, I was busy with Neo. I mean, I heard him say that, but I did not know that it actually continued to drop the way it did here, the entire day. I mean, this is madness. And more interestingly, we dropped below this low where we had the gap down. Usually stocks, they drop and they make their low and they just kind of move sideways. This thing is such in bad shape that it's just doesn't care, does not care. It's just no mercy. Continues to drop here. So, as far as it being in play, yeah, I think it'll be fun to watch this today. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, especially after all the damage technically that it has received. I like the volume on it, but that's about it. I don't know where this is going to go today. So we'll have to see. I would expect some chop. I would expect some chop on Meta as they try to figure out what's next for this ticker. Just madness, madness.
The one, did you talk earlier about DAL? DAL is one that
No.
it's not moving so far this morning, which I'm surprised. But I caught a news article that their pilots had approved strike action. And now they haven't taken strike action, but they've approved it to go forward. I'm thinking that might have some impact once the market open. It is a NYSE stock, which means the big money won't move until after the bell rings. But I'm probably going to be keeping an eye on that in case anybody's interested in the airline stocks and news there.
Yeah. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. I'll see if it hits the scanners because, like you said, it's really light right now. Barely any volume on this one. They asked permission to go on strike. I think that's a thing, right?
Yeah, I think they had to have a vote in the union to say whether they were willing to strike or not, and they sort of approved it. So they're sort of they've got all the bureaucracy out of the way, so that if they want to strike, they can.
Yeah. This one here, Wynn Resorts, had a good day yesterday. Good pre-market activity. I know they were in play yesterday. And again, I don't like the way these trades, but yesterday though, Hamish was good. Was looking at this yesterday closely. Hopefully he took advantage of it, but it looks like it traded very well. Possible second day play here. You did? Okay, nice, good. I know when we spoke, that was the first thing you said you had on your list and we're looking forward to, and it turned out exactly how you planned here. And now we're gapping up another 4.5, guys, with 80,000 for this ticker is actually really good because, again, look at the volume on the daily. They don't trade a whole lot of volume, especially in the pre-market. So they're onto something here, man. Maybe a second day play. Peter, do you like this ticker? Do you trade? Have you traded this before? Will you be watching this one?
I did take a look yesterday because I had the news of a significant large investor that was taking a stake in it. But every once in a while it'll trade okay, but very rarely. So I think yesterday might have been the day, but I was busy watching other things and missed it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, again, if you like this one, Hamish, I'm sure you'll be looking at it. Some other people will as well. I'm not a big fan of it, but today it looks like they're in for another continuation here if this keeps going this morning. Take a look at Oxy. Oxy today, the daily looks incredible on Oxy. Pre-market, you can't tell too much on Oxy, as you guys know already. And yesterday had a nice day as well. Beautiful breakout here on Oxy. So, yeah, it could be nice today, guys. Could be nice. I mean, I like my list already, and I like some possibles on my list that are slightly better than Oxy right now. That's going to be, you got AMD, you got Neo, and I like Bob as well. Those three for me are top possibles. I actually might end up moving some of the stuff that's on my main list down for these here. So I'll be looking. We have a lot to look at today on our list. Peter, what's your list look like so far? Do you have any favorites? I know, of course, AMD is on your list, but anything else that you like? You know what? This is one of my favorite ones this morning.
I mean, AMD, as we all probably know, is going to have earnings after the close, which unfortunately I'll be
Yeah.
on a plane and will miss.
Oh,
But
no way.
well, I don't normally trade the earnings anyways, but it'll make it interesting when we're sitting in the room together in Florida.
Yeah.
But I mean, that and Apple are two that I standardly watch. I was regretting missing Tesla. I haven't traditionally liked Tesla a lot, but it's been trading fairly well the last little while. So I was thinking that when I don't have anything specific that's moving, I will go back to my old classics, AMD and Apple. Tesla, I was going to put on my list. Neo has been moving well the last couple of days. So I wanted to see if Neo was going to do anything, and Meta. That was
Yeah.
sort of my primary ones so far.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Oh,
definitely
and then
like that. Which one?
Delta that I already mentioned, of course, and just to see if it takes off sort of after the open, as I expect,
Yeah. Yeah.
or drops maybe after the open.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. What is the SPY doing right now? If we take a look here, we're still up 1%. Let's see if this is going to hold as we move forward into the hours of the pre-market and in the market open. Guys, we're all set. I don't think we're going to get a lot of moderators list today because a lot of people are probably going to be trading or traveling. Some already down in Florida getting settled in. So I don't think the mods list is going to look too great this morning. I do have Thor's list already. He's looking at the Qs, Tesla, Neo, and Baba, and I think that's it for right now. We'll stick around and wait for Brian, see if he has his list ready. Brian is trading live or he's traveling today, Peter?
He's already in the air, I think, so he's traveling.
Okay. All right. So got a couple of moderators traveling, and then we'll see how the market open is going to be today. Anyone looking for orders of book at the memes GameStop and AMC? Let's see. Yeah, GameStop yesterday was just wild. If you guys remember that, I mean, they had this pop and this
Yeah, got halted
aggressive
a couple
drop.
of times, and
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I every time that happens, especially when I watch Andrew do it, I'm like, I wish I could trade those. I can't.
Yeah.
Just
It's man, you want to feel alive, trade one of these things.
I know.
It'll get your heart pumping.
I'm
um,
apparently not gutsy enough to make it happen. So
yeah, no, I prefer to stay at a regular BPM when I'm trading. But but yeah, this thing it's wild. It's wild. And again, as I mentioned yesterday, you gotta have a certain level of experience to touch these things. So if you're just starting out, this is not one you want to have on your list. Just avoid this for the most part until you build some experience and discipline. All right, we got a couple of moderators with their list here. We also have Megan looking at Amazon and PFE. And Peter, you mentioned this earlier. No SPACs or IPO for today. So wait for a couple of more moderators, then we'll bring that list over. Igor is asking, explain please the mountain pass. Oh man, that's a whole webinar. If Peter does that now, he won't do justice to it. But it's a whole webinar that we have on that.
Yeah, look here. What I'll do for you is I'm going to post a thumbnail that gives you a one-page sort of explanation about what the trade is. It's it's the summary of my webinar, but there you go. That's the Mountain Pass in a nutshell.
Yep. Let me bring this up, and then you guys can screenshot it over on YouTube. Bring this up right here.
And while he's doing that, I'll just say very quickly, essentially it's a trend reversal trade. So what you do is you look for a high of day or a low of day. It works in both directions to be set. Then you look for a retest. So it needs to sort of bounce off of that high of day, right? Move down a bit, go try and retest and fail on the retest. And you often get a big move in the opposite direction. So I said it works both long and short. It's a great trade. It only ever sets up after about 10 o'clock, 10:30, because you need that high of day to be set first, right? Like the stock has to move and move away from VWAP for this setup to occur. But in essence, that's the trade. And you can see I've built a number of indicators that I use to sort of tell me when I feel that the trade is mature. If you're thinking of trading it, watch the webinar. It's great. If you're not yet a BBT member, you can get access to the full webinar where I describe it. Avi, I always watch a 1 minute chart, but you can watch anything from a 1 to a 15-minute chart, and it works equally well. Just make sure you trade in the time frame that you're watching for the setup. It's a trade that takes patience, because it takes, even on a 1 minute, it takes a while to set up, which is partly why I like it, right? It's boring. But you got lots of time to watch it, watch the setup. And, it's one of those where probably 4 out of 5 times when you're watching it, it will not set up, right? It will fail. But that's what I feel keeps me out of trouble, right? Because when it does work, it tends to work fairly well and reliably.
Yeah, you're gonna make up for the ones that don't make it. So yeah, nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're all set. Let's take a look at one final run through our list here. We have Carvana, which again, not looking all that exciting right now. I might replace that. Uber on here looking very good. PFE, PFE's dropping now. Couldn't get back towards the high of the day, so that's not good. Nvidia managing to stay here close to the high of the day, so that's good. Love the daily on this one, as we mentioned earlier. We have Tesla. Tesla looks like it's ready to explode. This thing is heading back towards the high of the day. Let's see if we can break through that 233.44. But it is looking real nice this morning. So definitely one of my favorites today. SoFi looking good. It's just hovering above the highest of the recent high of the pre-market here. Slightly a little bit higher now, but that's looking good there. Great volume, 12 million shares now. Amazon coming back above from their highs of their pre-market at 104. But also great pre-market activity and a good daily as well, doing higher lows here the last couple of days, trying to hopefully close this gap. So looking forward to that as well. We got some levels here that we can try to get to on Amazon if the market does not decide to flip its head and turn around the other way, right? So right now we are pushing up against some highs here, pre-market high there at 390. If we continue to do that, we can have a really nice day going into this FOMC meetings, and then everything can just change right after that. To give you guys an update of our latest moderators lineup, here it is. I'm going to bring this over. As I am resizing this, guys, over on YouTube, we would love for you guys to support us. Give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content, and we appreciate those that have already hit that thumbs up and are joining us every morning. Thank you so much for that. As I bring this over, we have our list. It's going to be Thor, the Qs, Tesla, NIO, and BABA. Both NIO and BABA are my secondary list, and I'm very tempted to move one of these up really quickly because they can be very explosive. And when they get going in a direction, they really get going. Peter, you're looking at AMD, Apple, Tesla, Meta, as you mentioned, Delta Airlines, see how if we get any volume there, and NIO. And no IPOs, no SPACs, and Megan, as I mentioned before, Amazon and PFE this morning. So that's looking good there. All right, guys, we are all set. Peter, anything that I might have missed before we get going?
No, I think you've pretty much covered everything.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining the pre-market prep this morning. We will see you guys tomorrow. And some of you guys will be over in Fort Lauderdale tomorrow. So that'll be fun as well. Guys, take care. Peter, safe travels. And we will talk later today.
Yes. Well, I won't be on because I'll be on a flight. So, but the team will take care of you, and we'll see all of you tomorrow.
All right. Take care, guys.
Later.